Welcome to my YouTube channel, Alfred Atanda, MD,
where we discuss hot topics in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, telemedicine, and other digital health innovations,
and vlog about day-to-day life as a physician. Please enjoy the next video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. Happy holidays. I hope everybody's staying warm. I hope everybody's safe with the what hopefully is the tail end of the COVID pandemic. So this new video is a little different. So as you know, this is a picture of a lion. And I've always had an idea of having a lion as a pet. I always thought that'd be really cool. I have 2 cats at home, and as you know, cats are cats, but having a lion would be awesome, right? You'd have this big, huge, protective shield of armor to take you everywhere you go. And it would chaperone you, and it would defend you, and it would intimidate people. But as you can imagine, lions are wild animals, and they're unpredictable. They could probably bite you or maim your children, not to mention all the food they need to eat. Definitely going to the bathroom all over the house. So yeah, you would have this protective shield of armor everywhere you go, but then you have all this quote unquote negative, not so ideal stuff that you have to deal with just to walk around and say that you own a lion. And I was thinking about this just earlier today. There's a lot of things that we do in our lives that we use to elevate our status, to put ourselves up on a pedestal, to protect us from judgment and shame from other people. But in actuality, it's probably doing us more detriment than we think. And one of the things that kind of illustrates this example is that a lot of people find a big, huge, enormous house to elevate their status, make them feel good about themselves compared to their neighbors, give them that shield of armor so that people don't look down upon them or so they don't judge themselves. And that's all well and good. I just bought a home about a week ago, actually, and I wanted to find a nice home that I can be in and exist in, that looks nice and I can impress people with. But when you do that, you do have to understand that the bigger and more fancy and the more expensive the house is, the more it's going to cost, the more time, the more energy that you have to put into it. Not to say don't get a nice house, but you do have to look at the downsides of the things that you may get in a house to kind of elevate your status a little bit. Another thing that in this kind of scenario is our occupation, right? So there are a lot of different types of jobs and a lot of different types of occupation. And again, just like the lion is a shield of armor and a protectorate of us, what kind of job you have also can serve that role. And depending on the job that you pick, hopefully it's one that fulfills you and challenges you and stimulates you, but it can be something that you may use to judge yourself against other people, or other people may judge you, and not just your particular occupation, but where you work. So, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, but there's lots of different practices that I can work in, and a lot of different hospitals that I can work in. There's different areas of the country that I can work in, and all of those have pluses and minuses. But sometimes, people in my situation chase the dreams of working at the big, huge, ivory tower with all the glitz and glamour and all the fame. But again, that comes at a price compared to maybe a smaller, more manageable practice. Another example, dating, relationships, marriage. This is probably one of the biggest things out there, right? Who you date, what kind of family they're from, what your family thinks of this person, what this person's family thinks of you. All of these things play a huge role in how we feel about ourselves and what we think of ourselves, how we judge ourselves, how we judge other people. But a lot of times, people may find themselves in a situation where they're dating somebody, again, kind of like that lion. You date somebody who's really, really attractive, or you date somebody who's really, really wealthy, or you date somebody that's great in bed, or you date somebody that's 20 years younger than you, or, the list goes on and on and on. And again, everybody has their choice. everybody can date and marry and be in a relationship with whomever they want. But you have to ask yourself at the end of the day, what is the cost? If you're going to be in a relationship with somebody who has a lot of money, but they cheat on you, or they treat you terribly, or they don't respect you, they don't respect your family, that's going to have a much bigger toll on your life than all the nice things that they could potentially buy you. And last but not least, what I wanted to touch on is this idea of family and parenting. I never realized how hard it was to be a parent, obviously, until I became one. But what's interesting about being a parent is I always envisioned, taking care of sick children, taking care of hurt children all the time, and the money that it takes to take care of children and raise a family. And that's all very true. Something that I've realized probably over the past 5 years is how we judge ourselves as parents. This notion of, am I a good parent? Am I not a good parent? Would a good parent be doing this? If I let my child do this, or I don't let them do this, am I a bad parent? And you get those kind of thoughts in your head all the time. And there's a lot of self-criticism there. We constantly judge ourselves compared to other people and what we think a quote unquote good parent should be. And we find ourselves doing all sorts of things because we think it makes us a better parent, whether you buy your child nice stuff, or you have them, walk around in the most fancy clothes, or you have them go to the fanciest school, or you have them be on the most elite sports team out there. And that's fine. Again, these are all your own life choices, but a lot of those things come at a cost. Some of those activities require so much time that it actually takes quality time away from you and your child, which is basically why you're doing all this in the first place, right? To be a good dad, to be a good parent. So these are definitely some things that I've learned as a new parent. And, I just wanted to highlight some of these simple examples with this analogy of walking around with the lion. Well, I'd like to leave you with one more image. Um, these are my little lions. Sage is on the left here, Tesla is on the right. They're sisters and they're calico cats. They are nowhere near as strong or as fearsome or as protective as any other cat, definitely not a lion, but they're mine. And I love them and they love me. And I feel good when I'm with them. And I don't need to have anything bigger or bolder or stronger. And again, these are just cats, but I'm trying to get to the point where everything in my life is like that. And I'm definitely not there yet, but every day is a work in progress. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, Hopefully it resonates with some things that you have going on in your own life. Hopefully it makes you think a little bit more about things that you could potentially do better in your life to be happier and more fulfilled. And please enjoy the holiday season and be safe. And hopefully 2021 is a lot better for all of us than 2020 was. Thanks again, and have a great night.